Hello everyone, welcome back to Back in Diapers. Um, Today was supposed to be my review of Takeable's clothing, but that had to get put on hold for this week. Having some crazy health issues still. So, I'll just give you a little bit of an update here. Yesterday, actually it's been happening kind of the last 3 days. I've been waking up with extreme weakness in my legs. Yesterday I got out of bed, and as soon as I put weight on my legs, mainly my left leg, I just collapsed to the floor because I couldn't hold up the weight at all. And so I was supposed to clean and all this stuff yesterday because I stayed home from work, and due to the weakness, it was very severe. I couldn't do anything, and I kind of figured that maybe it's more of a nutrition issue because I'm not really having a bunch of nutrition. I'm barely eating. I have a couple of bites here and there, maybe a yogurt, maybe something like a muffin. But today, or yesterday was really rough, and the weakness kind of persisted throughout the day, more so than it did the previous 2 days. And I just had to stay on the couch basically all day because I couldn't get it. I didn't have the energy. I was super weak. And then about 3 o'clock, I had to go bring the car to my boyfriend because we have one car out of commission at the moment. So I had to go pick him up from work, and we had to do some running around. And I didn't feel comfortable driving just because I was so weak in my arms and my legs that I could really barely hold on to the steering wheel. But I could make it the 5 minutes to get him at work and switch drivers. So we did that. And we ended up doing a little bit of running around. We ran to Walmart. I had to stay in the car due to the fact that I just really could not move. I could have ridden a cart, but I could still barely even grip and push the buttons to move it. So I stayed in the car, and he went to the grocery store to grab me some Ensure, to see if that helped out a lot. But by the time he got out of the store, the second store, we had done actually 3. We had run to the bank as well. But by the time he got out of the store, the second store, my left side was almost completely unusable. Just so stinking weak. I didn't even have the ability to, he brought me out a drink. I couldn't grip that to get it up to my mouth or anything. And but by the time we got home, which was 5 minutes or so after that, it had progressed even further to where I had no energy to pull my head up. It was literally cocked to the side like this on the headrest. And actually beside the headrest was over here. And I just didn't have the energy. I couldn't get out of the car on my own. I couldn't use my left side. So he ended up taking me to the emergency room because I was having trouble talking. I couldn't move my one side. So obviously worried about stroke, but went to the ER. And they did a CAT scan. They found nothing. They did, and they came in and they tested by raising my arm and dropping it to see how long I could hold it up, how it dropped. And they'd do it with my left hand, and they'd hold it up and then to drop it. And the worst experience I've had in this emergency yet, honestly. The nurse I had was just so rude. She was basically saying, well, we know you have control of your arm because you're slowing it before it hits your face. And I told her, I'm like, I understand that I have a little bit of mobility. That's the only thing I can do. If I had the ability to, I wouldn't smack myself in the face. I was slowing it so it didn't hurt as bad, yes. But I couldn't physically, and I can't do it real well still, but I couldn't physically hold my arm out straight and keep it up on my own. I couldn't lift it up on my own at that point. So she went and talked to the doctor. Next thing, they come in and give me some Ativan, which is basically a anxiety medication and like thinking, oh, she's having a panic attack type thing, let's get that taken care of. Which kind of made me mad because that's the first thing they jumped to. And yes, I do have a possible, I have never officially been diagnosed with it, but there's possibly conversion disorder going on. But what drives me crazy with that diagnosis is that everybody automatically assumes, okay, conversion disorder, these aren't real things. This is not really going on. It's kind of fake. But with conversion disorder, your body takes mental things, whether it's a trauma, something like that, and it creates a physical response. So even if this is what's going on, I still physically am having these issues, and I don't have the ability to control it. They did give me the Ativan, and to some degree, like, I started feeling a little bit better after that. Like, I had a little more strength in my right side, and then they took me into an MRI just to make sure they weren't missing something small, and that came back clean as well. And I was starting to get some strength, some mobility, I should say, into my left arm at this point. And they kind of wanted to keep me, but they didn't really press too hard, honestly. They kind of wanted to keep me overnight, but I wasn't necessarily up for the admission and dealing with the type of attitude I get from people when I have a conversion disorder issue or whatever it is. It's never been officially diagnosed. It's kind of just what we think is going on. But I just was not up for the attitude that I was getting. Like, basically, like, it's fake, nothing's going on, you're perfectly fine. And that's the issue with conversion disorders. A lot of doctors just don't actually understand what the heck is going on. Like, they don't realize that these are actual things that your body is causing in response to something emotional and mental. And, you know, it's seen as, like, basically the fake thing. But conversion disorder can literally paralyze somebody. And it actually, you know, while it's not, there's no physiological cause to it, it's still happening. These things, you know, have to be treated as if it was happening, which is kind of how my seizures are. My seizures are technically pseudo seizures, or psychogenic seizures. While they're not being affected by physical issues in the brain, it's still affecting physically. The same things are still going on. And people act like I'm faking it or I'm lying about what's going on. And that drives me freaking crazy. I was so mad at this nurse last night. She was so rude to me. The doctor was kind of not so rude, but she was still pretty rude, you know. And anyway, so today I have some mobility in my arms. I'm able to sort of walk, if you can call it walking. Still have extreme weakness in my left leg, and I'm actually having a lot of pain in my left leg, especially from like the knee joint down. Lot of pain in the calf muscle, in the back of the calf. So I am like literally hobbling around this house. Thankfully it's not a huge house, but it still hurts so bad to move around. And probably should have stayed in the hospital just because of, you know, the nature of it. But I was not up to dealing with the level of disrespect that I get when this stuff goes on. It's very hurtful, and, you know, people don't even try to understand what's going on. And it's just, I don't know. It was a rough night, and, you know, I don't know how long this is all gonna last. So, yeah, but my boyfriend did stay home with me today after seeing me kind of hobble around this morning while he was getting ready for work and stuff and taking my roommate to work. He decided that due to, you know, weather was stopping him from doing what he needed to do at work, he figured it would be best to stay home with me today because I am so kind of immobile. I did manage to make it from the bedroom to the couch, but it's a very painful process and a very hard process. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at this point. You know, something that I kind of want to, I haven't really talked about this much, but due to what I have going on, due to the seizures and this leg things and all that, one of the things that I desperately need is to get in to see like psychologists and psychiatrists, to really get diagnosed with this conversion disorder, if that's what it is. And that way we can kind of rule out. So if the psychiatrist doesn't think that's what's going on, then there's something else going on. But it's such a daunting task. Like, I've been recommended counseling and stuff before, and, you know, like, there is a place here, I'm not sure if they're covered by, like, there's no, that's the problem with no insurance, it's so hard. And finding someone who specializes in things like conversion disorder is so hard, and I have no clue where to start. It's just so daunting and so confusing, and it makes it so stressful. Like, I need to just find a place I can start, but I'm also limited because I don't have insurance at the moment. I hopefully will before too long. My boyfriend and I have been trying to get this stuff settled down so that we can go through the marriage process and get on his insurance. But life has kind of been crazy for the last few months. So yeah, but it's, you know, if any of you have any tips on where to go to find out what's going on, you know, a specific type of person to call. My mother and I are going to be speaking later today, actually, and you know, our best idea at this point is to call hotlines and see what we can find out, you know, just get us started somewhere. And you know, it's very stressful for me to deal with all this stuff. Finding doctors that are, you know, experienced enough to deal with my complexity is not easy, and not having insurance to go farther out of our area does not help at all, which we're hopefully going to remedy that before too long. But yeah, so it's been a very, very stressful day. I still have my hospital bracelets on. Not been able to find my scissors to cut them off. But, you know, keep me in your thoughts and prayers, and, you know, let me know, have you ever known anybody that has, like, conversion disorder or anything like that? And if you do, definitely get them in contact with me. I'd love to talk to other people who have it. I have yet to meet someone who has conversion disorder. I have met people who have the seizure disorder that I have, but I've never met anyone with conversion disorder to talk about it with them or anything. I've honestly never had anyone to talk with that about, other than my family. So I'd be very interested to speak with people, and you know, but that's kind of what's going on. Hopefully things will be looking up before too long. I've got to get the video done for you guys before too long. I'm so sorry that I've not gotten a real video up. It's just been, you know, a little crazy, and seriously, I should have vlogged yesterday to show you guys really what's going on in my health and stuff, because it's so crazy. But I just want to thank you all for your support and your continued, you know, participation in this channel. And, yeah, you guys, you know, you make me keep going, and I know I don't get a ton of subscribers and views, you know, I'm not famous, but at least I'm helping out somebody here and there, and that's what makes it worth it for me, is that I'm helping other people. But thank you guys so much for your support and your comments, and, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here, please subscribe to my channel down there somewhere. And check out all the rest of the cool videos we've got going on the channel. and hopefully I'll have some cool videos coming up before too long, as soon as my health permits me to do the recording that I need to do, other than sitting on the couch like this. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, have a great day. Bye bye.